Today we're going to be installing an inline switch on the cord of this lamp. This is the lamp from the computer room, and this lamp has no onboard controls. So I don't quite understand what the expectation was for the user to turn this on and off. This is the switch we're going to be using. It's a vintage General Electric switch. It is Underwriter Laboratory or UL certified, and it is rated for 3 amps at 250 volts or 6 amps at 125 volts. We're going to be using it with two 40-watt light bulbs, so we are well within the rated spec of the switch. Let's open this up and see how it works. It has two screws. They're kind of odd. It looks like they could potentially be Phillips bits, but it's flat. So normally Phillips bits are not flat. They're kind of contoured. So I really don't see... Yeah, this works exactly what I was expecting. The Phillips doesn't grab anything. So we'll have to use the common screwdriver, which is flat, to undo these. Well, these are lousy screws. Alright, here's what the inside of the switch looks like. Very simple mechanism. I'm not sure I don't want to actuate this while it's open in case everything just decides to fly apart. But it looks like all we have to do is connect the high side of the cord, which in this case, oh, it is actually polarized. We'll connect the high side of the cord to one of these terminals, the other to that terminal. So it comes in here, it goes out to the lamp there, and then the common just passes through. Although it looks like, I guess there's enough space for it to pass through on this side. We'll need to do some soldering to tin the leads of the wires where it's going to connect to the switch. Now we need to cut into the cord. I want to put the switch here where it's bent. Now there's a textured side and a non-textured side of this cord. And I've had a handful of people tell me that the textured side is the common side and the non-textured side is the high side. I have not found that to be the case 100% of the time, but we'll hope that that's the case here. And I will cut the textured side only, and we'll check with a multimeter to see if this does in fact connect to the textured, or we'll see if this connects to the common side of the plug. Okay, so now we'll get a multimeter out here, and let's see what the continuity is. So if this is correct, we should have continuity from here to here, and we do. Put it on alright, so in this case it was correct that the textured side was the common. So now inside our switch here we're going to leave... Oh no! I did this backwards. I wanted to cut the... I hate when I invert things like this. That's fine, we'll just have to now rejoin the other side. I wanted to cut the high side to connect to the terminals in the switch and leave the common solid, but I inverted it and did exactly opposite what I was trying to do. Alright, that's fine. We'll just have to reconnect it, that's all. Not a big deal. Now I gotta get some shrink tubing out because we'll have to rejoin that wire together. Okay, so what I really wanted was to take the high side, cut the high side in half, and then leave the textured side together, which is the common. So let's go ahead and rejoin the common. We want to make it so that the wire is not split before it enters the switch. So we have a little bit too much slack right now. We gotta cut this back to about here. I would like to twist these together even if I'm going to cut it off, because when you cut it off and it's all stranded, you end up with a mess on the table. Alright, now this is going to be a little tricky to get the shrink tubing on here. I'm going to have to get a smaller piece. This is going to be tricky because the shrink tubing is going to tend to want to shrink before we can get. I might have to actually use a larger piece, not longer but thicker, just to buy us a little bit more time. We have to do that. So we'll join these together and then we'll solder this together. Hopefully this will shrink enough to grab the ends of the wires. This is really a little bit too large for this application. Actually, it seems to be okay. Oh no. I screwed it up again. I inverted it again. Now the common is connected to the high side on the lamp. You know what? That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the bulbs are AC powered bulbs. The polarity is not sensitive. As long as we alter the polarity, no, this isn't going to work because I need this high side. This is ridiculous. I'm running out of cord on the lamp. You know, this is supposed to be a nice video, and I would just call this a complete freak show. A lamp cord freak show. I don't know why I'm having a hard time with this and not even going quickly. Not that I ever go quickly, but... Okay. Now we just gotta start over, because I don't even remember what was which. Take 2. The common side, which is the textured, needs to go to the common side, which is the textured. Okay, take 2. This is the high side. This goes onto the switch. This is the wire that we need to join as the pass-through. Today, what the heck is going on here? Shoot, now this is all screwed up. I hate when projects go like this. I really do. This should have been so simple. And it shrunk the shrink tubing already. This is getting really annoying. I don't understand why this is so difficult. No, I can't. I don't think I can salvage this now. I really hate when projects go like this. There's no reason for this to be so screwed up like this. Let me see if I can cut this back to before where it shrunk and maybe sweat it over. What is going on here to hold? I can't save this. I'm running out of slack on the cord now. I had to redo this 3 times now. Because the problem is now I'm going to put this on a table. It's probably too short. I gotta go check it. Yep, too short now. I gotta replace the whole cord. We gotta replace all the way back up to the socket because it doesn't even go down to the end of the table anymore. Is this socket serviceable? It might not be. No, it's not looking like it. I don't think that this socket is even serviceable. Nope, I don't think that this is serviceable. At least I don't see any way to open this up. So we're gonna have to splice the wire in the middle, and I guess I'll just leave the splice inside there. This is ridiculous. I've repaired how many lamps over the years? I've never had this much trouble. I don't know what's going on here. I guess the dyslexia is getting worse. Inverted everything on this repair so far multiple times. Oh, that's interesting. This was already done once. Like somebody else repaired this the same way. And the junction was sitting inside there. That's interesting. Well, we're going to do the same thing again. Might as well do it prior to that in case that wasn't a good repair, but it looks like it was a pretty good repair. So at some point somebody had replaced the cord on this, and I bet there was probably an inline switch on the original cord. I mean, well, who the heck would make a lamp that you can't shut it on and off? Oh, that's interesting. You have to patch this before it goes through there. You gotta put this in here first. And I guess you gotta put it through here first too. I guess this is too small. This doesn't look very good here. We need to redo that. It became cold. It melted the tubing again. You've got to be kidding me. This one's fine. That went totally fine. Just why? Why is this being so difficult? You've got to be kidding. This is like the worst cord splits I've ever done. Heck, looks like there's a drop of oil on there. I don't know where that came from. There's got to be oil or something on this granite here in the corner. I don't know what's up with that. I'll have to wash this later. Okay. That will work. Should not have had to do that, but it is what it is. Now I'm going to turn this, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 7 times to match the amount of thread, so that when we thread this on, it's straight in there, as opposed to all twisted like this. Okay, now we're back to where we started. And I gotta go back upstairs and measure this again, find out where I want to put the switch, and then we'll try again. I'm going to put the switch where this bend is. Let's try again for the 4th or 5th time now. So the common side is textured, so we're going to leave that alone. And we're going to cut the smooth side, because that's the high side. Alright, so we want to cut the insulation back right around here. Okay, now we want to tin these leads so that they make a good clean connection on the screw terminals. Okay, that was what we wanted the first time. I have no idea why that was so difficult to achieve. That's all that should have taken. Okay, however many, half an hour or whatever it is later, this has been repaired. No, I guess it wasn't broken, but modified the way I want it to be. So now if we put our bulbs back in, we should have a working switch. Actually, before I do that, let's check the electricity here. So this is backwards. That says off, but it's on. Let's just put the bulbs in. Off, on, off. Okay, that's what I was expecting. I don't know why that was acting stupid for a minute. Technically, if we check the inside terminal there, now it's working the way I would expect. I don't know what was going on there the first couple tests. Well, it don't matter. It's fixed now. It's working properly. It's a nice high quality vintage switch. It's a nice feel to it. And yes, these are incandescent bulbs. This is where the lamp goes. And now I have a switch. I can easily turn it on and off.